Called the View Nice, the Old Town is home to art galleries, little shops, small restaurants, bars, and cafes, making it the perfect spot for strolling. In the off season, the character of View Nice is quite peaceful with not many people and no cars, but in the summer it gets very crowded.
And we'll point out a nice way to navigate through this labyrinth to get you in and around and show you the main highlights. There's a couple of main lanes. There's Rue Droite that'll take you right through the center of the old town, and then you take a left and walk along Rue de la Boucherie, and that'll bring you down to the Place du Palais and then back to Cours-Salea. So it's kind of a round trip right through the town, and feel free to wander up these little side lanes.
The Old Town consists of narrow labyrinths, not really streets, more of a maze with blocks of shops of every kind along these narrow twisting lanes. It's interesting to see here the working population at home. If you come in the summertime, it will be a lot busier, so you take your pick. The Palais Lascaris is the largest civil Baroque building in the Old Town and the region. It perpetuates the reputation of Charles Emmanuel II, who was Duke of Savoy, considered one of the principal families of the Nice nobility of the 17th century. The palace is influenced by the Genoese Baroque. Here's a typical example of a staircase street. It branches off from Rue Droite. This is Rue du Malonat, and there are several of these side lanes that go up the hill. They're a regular street down on the flatland, and then it goes up, so there's no cars and, well, a few scooters perhaps and motorcycles and bicycles, but largely we're entering a pedestrian zone up on the lower hillside of Nice, down below that chateau. Rue de la Poissonnerie is another one, and there are several. These lanes are some of the most interesting streets that you'll find anywhere in the south of France. You'll be wandering this way and that as you meander through the old town, but you'll always come back to Rue Droite, which goes like a straight line through the middle of the old town. It's a good axis to get your bearings, to go out to the left, go out to the right, and then come back to the central spine.
The old town of Nice is something very special, not so much because of historic monuments or great churches or important single buildings that are inside the old town, but just the total atmosphere, the environment, the simple walking lanes, the shops, and the people. There's actual locals living here. Their kids are out playing. The residents are upstairs looking down from their windows. And you really get a feeling of community here, of authenticity, especially in the off-season when it's not too crowded with tourists walking through the lanes. That helps quite a bit too. So there's a beauty in this old town of just simply walking. Now, it's often overlooked, for example, in guidebooks or in historical memoirs, or even dismissed as a place that's kind of dark and narrow and congested, but it deserves to be front and center when you come to visit Nice. It's what makes the city so very special, along with the beachfront, of course, the marvelous white broad beach and the promenades down by the Mediterranean Sea. But these little back lanes are really something special.
You'll find souvenir shops with the typical Provençal items, especially the colorful fabrics and the pottery. Go for the cookies, maybe. There's also lots of food in these stores. We're just strolling along together. This is part of our visit to the south of France. A small group of us traveling together, enjoying and sharing in the sights. Rue Rossetti is another one of these picturesque steep lanes coming up from the old town. Notice the sidewalks are staircases. In this case, there is a little road, one-lane road down the middle, and local folks hanging out. Rue Rossetti is just a few blocks long, but changes character several times along the way, from the hill swooping down, and then it leads into Palais Rossetti, kind of a Italian-style architecture as you find throughout the old town. And this is a great gathering spot. We'll show you more of this place in the evening, and we'll take you over to a nearby square, the Place du Palais de Justice, on our next walking tour in the heart of the old town of Nice.